From drink driving charges that stunned fans,
an anti-anxiety drug, and I'd start, and then I become physically addicted to that. That's why I went to rehab.
to dramatic airport detentions that made global headlines.
I didn't get arrested. I was held.
You were
for
just
questioning,
held, yeah.
But I was inside the jail, so I pretty much felt like I was arrested.
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't taken in handcuffs. Everyone that came through them doors had handcuffs on their feet and their hands.
These are the Love Island contestants who got arrested. First up is a Love Island winner whose victory celebration turned into a legal nightmare that shocked everyone. Jake Fincham became famous in 2018 when he won Love Island Season 4 with Danny Dyer. Fans loved his fun personality and his romance on the show. After the show, he stayed in the public eye, appearing on TV and social media.
And when I'm mentioning what they've said, I can't help but do it in their voice. Jack, it's Jack.
Jack.
Yeah. I'll pick up the little things they say and I think like, yeah, and I enjoy doing it as well. It makes me laugh. I've stayed true to myself.
In August 2023, Jack got into serious trouble with the law. Police arrested him on suspicion of drink driving, driving with false license plates, careless driving, and driving without insurance. Some reports also said he was suspected of using drugs, but Jack denied that. His lawyer said there was no proof he had driven over the legal limit, and they were waiting for blood test results to show the truth.
So I was always off, drinking, taking drugs and things like that, so it was masking. I never actually dealt with the problems that I had and the issues that I had head on. And a lot of the time, I thought I didn't have a problem. I assumed I didn't have a problem.
A few months later, in March 2024, Jack faced court. He admitted to drunk driving, using false plates, and driving without insurance. The court gave him a 12-week suspended prison sentence. This meant he would not go to jail as long as he stayed out of trouble. The judge also noted that Jack had stopped taking drugs and alcohol. At the time, he was working as a professional boxer and running his own business.
And then you end up taking other drugs, and then because you've taken so many of those, then I'll take others to go to sleep, and it's this cycle, and you'd be all right for a few days. And that's why I always thought this isn't a problem, because I'd have a few days off in between.
In January 2025, Jack had another legal issue. He got a 6-week prison sentence for problems involving his dog, a Cane Corso named Elvis. He appealed the decision. The court agreed, and the jail sentence was replaced with an extension of his previous suspended sentence. Despite these problems, Jack is trying to improve his life. He returned to selling stationery, a job he had before becoming famous. He is also studying to become a certified dog trainer. Jack has been honest about his mental health struggles. He says he wants to be a better father to his daughter, Blossom.
And this was only ever when I was, I suppose the word is intoxicated. I was doing 40 grand days, like 5 grand hands on blackjack.
Jack Fincham's story shows that life after reality TV can be hard. Fame brings attention, but also challenges. He is working to make better choices and rebuild his life step by step. But Jack's troubles were nothing compared to what happened when this Season 5 star's night out ended with her calling police for help, only to get arrested herself. Anna Vakili, who rose to fame on Love Island Season 5 in 2019, faced a dramatic incident in April 2021 that made headlines. Anna and her sister Mandy were both arrested outside the Dorchester Hotel in London after a late-night altercation.
Yeah, your nose bleeding or whatever.
Yeah, and then you went, and then I called the police on my ex-boyfriend, and then the police came, and
and they saw you with a bit of blood on your face.
they were like, "What's happened?" Like with the blood, and I was like, "She did it!"
Oh, it was on your neck.
Anna later explained that she had called the police herself because she feared she was about to be kidnapped. However, when officers arrived, the situation quickly turned in another direction. Anna and her sister had a heated argument, and instead of helping them, police arrested both women on suspicion of common assault. The sisters were taken into custody and spent 14 hours in a police cell. Anna described the experience as shocking and distressing. She said she had only wanted help, but ended up treated as a suspect. She also claimed that she and her sister were targeted because of her fame from Love Island.
I was in the back of the police car with the hands behind my back, and like the policeman was next to me, and like when you can't, your hands aren't free, so your skirt just keeps rolling up, and there's like one driver in the front and one driver in the back.
Anna spoke out afterwards, saying she was considering legal action against the police. She felt she was unfairly treated and wanted to raise awareness of what had happened. She insisted that she and Mandy had not assaulted anyone and that the situation had been misunderstood. The arrest attracted a lot of media attention, especially because Anna had built a career as a TV personality and social media influencer after leaving the villa. She said the incident was one of the most humiliating experiences of her life.
If they arrested us at a point where we were at it and they were like breaking us up, it wouldn't have, okay, I understand, because it's like public nuisance. At that point, we're like meters away from each other.
She's trying to get the house keys.
I'm just trying to get the house keys.
Anna Vakili's case show how quickly situations can escalate and how fame can sometimes bring extra challenges. What began as a call for help ended with an arrest, a night in custody, and months of headlines. Anna continues to speak openly about the pressures of public life and the difficulties that come with sudden fame. Speaking of shocking arrests, one former Islander's vacation plans were ruined by a 3-year-old video that landed her in a foreign jail. Kaz Crossley, who appeared on Love Island Season 4 in 2018, faced a serious problem while traveling in 2023. She was on her way to Thailand and had a stopover at Abu Dhabi airport. During this stop, she was detained by police and taken to Dubai.
I really want a family.
How many?
2.
Yeah, girl, boy.
To be fair, I'd be happy with all boys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The reason was a video from 2020. In the video, Kaz appeared to sniff a white substance at a party in Dubai. Dubai has very strict drug laws, and the video caused authorities to take action. Kaz said the video was recorded by an ex-boyfriend without her consent. The video was later leaked online after they broke up. Kaz explained that she was detained, but she was not formally arrested. She was allowed to keep her personal belongings. During her time in custody, she was moved through several different prisons in Dubai over a few days. Kaz later said this was the lowest point of her life.
Friend wasn't thinking, she wasn't thinking. She had the baby in hospital. She was in hospital for, I think, 2 days. And the police came into the jail and put her in handcuffs. And she just 2 days cesarean.
After her release, Kaz returned to the UK. She spoke openly about the incident and expressed that she learned from the experience. She focused on her career and personal growth after returning home. This event received wide media attention because Kaz is a public figure. Fans and the press followed her story closely. Despite the stress and fear she faced, Kaz tried to stay positive and used the experience as a lesson.
A really eye-opening experience because inside this jail, there was a baby. There was a 6-month-old baby.
What?
Inside jail with me. And in Abu Dhabi, it's illegal to have kids if you're not married.
Kaz Crossley's situation shows how important it is to understand local laws when traveling abroad. It also shows how personal struggles and mistakes can affect life, especially for people in the public eye. Today, Kaz continues to work on her career, make better choices, and focus on moving forward after a very difficult time. While Kaz faced international headlines, this Season 3 contestant's morning after mistake proved that sometimes the party doesn't end when you think it does. Chloe Crowhurst became famous in 2017 as a contestant on Love Island Season 3. She caught the public's attention for her personality and her time in the villa. Fans followed her life closely after the show.
When me and Amber had an issue the other day, and I said she spoke to me about other stuff when I come in the bin and she covered me. I said I've never genuinely had a conversation. Hence why I said I don't know what the situation is. So how the fuck how is this happening?
Okay, babe.
Later in 2017, Chloe faced legal trouble. In Crawley, West Sussex, she was stopped by police the morning after a night out. She failed a roadside breathalyzer test. Her test showed she had 50 micrograms of alcohol per 100 milliliters of breath. This was above the legal limit, which is 35 micrograms. Police arrested her on suspicion of drunk driving. After her arrest, Chloe was released on bail. She had to appear in Crawley Magistrates Court the following month. At the time, she was 22 years old and working in television. Her case received media attention because she was a public figure. Chloe's team released a statement about the incident. She apologized publicly and admitted it was a mistake. She said she regretted her actions and felt sorry for any embarrassment she caused her family, friends, and fans. She also mentioned that she understood the responsibility of being a public figure and wanted to move forward responsibly.
Can you keep a secret in the real world?
Of course I can keep a secret in the real world.
Can you?
Yeah.
So if someone tells you something, you don't immediately rush off and tell your mates?
No.
This incident showed how life after reality TV can be challenging. Chloe had to deal with the consequences of her actions in front of the public. It also reminded fans that fame comes with responsibility. Since then, Chloe has tried to focus on her career and personal life. She has learned from the experience and works to make better decisions. Her story is an example of how young stars can face mistakes and still try to improve themselves.
To keep us all safe, 2 drinks, don't want to regret it, whatever. It got to the point, like me,
Were you dying for a drink?
Yeah. So when we got our drinks, we would down them and get tiny little buzz for 5 minutes.
Chloe Crowhurst's drink driving case serves as a warning about the importance of responsible choices, especially when people are in the public eye. She has taken steps to learn from her past and continue building her life after reality TV. Chloe's drunk driving was bad enough, but when COVID hit, one ex-Islander's panicked decision at an airport made global news for all the wrong reasons. Zara Holland, who appeared on Love Island Season 2 in 2016, faced major legal trouble in 2021 while on holiday in Barbados. She and her boyfriend, Elliot Love, were caught breaking strict COVID-19 quarantine rules. The couple had traveled to the island during the pandemic. As part of Barbados' safety measures, visitors were required to quarantine and wear red wristbands until their test results came back. Elliot tested positive for COVID-19, meaning he had to isolate. However, instead of following the rules, Zara and Elliot removed their wristbands and attempted to leave the island. They were later stopped at the airport as they tried to board a flight back to the UK.
Do you know what, literally, it was in the moment, and I made the biggest mistake of my life. And, oh God, it's horrible. But yeah, you know, I was in the moment, I was in the hideaway.
Local authorities arrested Zara for breaching the island's quarantine laws. Barbados had tough penalties for breaking COVID rules, including the possibility of heavy fines or even prison sentence. The case quickly made headlines in both the UK and Barbados. Zara expressed deep regret for her actions. Through her lawyer, she apologized to the people of Barbados and said she had made a huge mistake. She admitted that she panicked after learning about her boyfriend's positive test and made the wrong decision in trying to flee.
And earlier on that day, we had a challenge, and it was mates rates, and the new boys got to rate everyone sort of in order of which they think was the hottest girl and how much banter there was in the group. And
in court, Zara avoided jail time but was fined approximately £4,500. Her boyfriend was later hospitalized with COVID-19 but recovered. This incident damaged Zara's public image, as she had been known for her TV fame and later business ventures. It also served as a strong reminder of how seriously Caribbean countries treated COVID safety rules. Zara Holland's case showed how one poor choice during the pandemic could lead to global headlines, legal consequences, and lasting criticism. Even more shocking was the contestant who never made it to the villa, pulled from the show after being linked to a violent attack that left someone fighting for their life. Kyle Ashman, a 23-year-old from Stafford, was chosen to appear on Love Island Season 12 in 2025. But just before the show started, news came out about a serious police case linked to him. In February 2025, Kyle was questioned by police after a violent attack at a funeral in Stafford. During the attack, masked men used a machete, and one victim was left badly injured, almost losing an arm. Several other people were also hurt. Police arrested 2 men on suspicion of being involved.
Honestly, I'm not a bad guy. I'm a normal guy from a normal place. An opportunity arose to find love. I grabbed it with both hands and it's been taken away from me.
Kyle was one of them. Kyle was taken in for questioning but was later released with no further action. Police did not charge him with any crime. Still, when the story became public, it caused a lot of attention and concern. ITV decided to remove Kyle from Love Island before he entered the villa. Producers said they made the choice as soon as they learned about his arrest. His introduction video and social media promotion were quickly removed. Instead of joining the cast, Kyle left the show for what ITV described as personal reasons. Afterward, Kyle spoke out. He said he was not involved in the attack and had nothing to do with the violence. He explained that he had fully cooperated with the police and wanted people to know he was not a violent person. He asked fans to see him as a normal guy from a normal place.
here he is in a couple of days' time going to be in that villa, and then you kind of find out all of this. It wasn't as if it was in negotiations, they're in talks and they've discovered it. It's gone so far down the line, and I think it's a big embarrassment.
The incident also raised questions about the vetting process for reality shows. Some viewers wondered how someone linked to a serious crime was cast in the first place. Kyle's removal showed how fast public image can change and how important it is for TV shows to act carefully when problems come to light. But perhaps no arrest hit fans harder than when the beloved host of Love Island herself faced charges that would change everything. Caroline Flack, best known as the host of Love Island from 2015 to 2019, faced a shocking personal and legal crisis in December 2019. The popular TV presenter was arrested at her London home after police were called to reports of a disturbance involving her boyfriend, Lewis Burton. When officers arrived, they described it as a private domestic incident. Lewis Burton did not suffer serious injuries, but police still arrested Caroline on suspicion of assault by beating. She was later charged and told she would have to appear in court. The news made headlines across the UK. Caroline had become one of the most recognizable faces on television because of her role in Love Island, and her arrest stunned fans. She was due to host the next season of the show, but soon stepped down from her role, saying it was the best decision for the program. Caroline's personal life came under huge public pressure during this time. She insisted that the situation was not as serious as reports made it seem, and Lewis Burton also spoke out in her defense, saying he was not a victim and did not want charges pressed. Still, the case continued.
And they did apologise when I went to them. I said, "Where have you got this from?" They said, "Oh, it was someone that doesn't usually write that column was working and didn't check the facts."
Caroline described the period as one of the most difficult in her life. She faced intense media coverage and online scrutiny in the months following her arrest. Her story became a reminder of how quickly fame can turn into pressure, and how personal struggles can be magnified in the public eye. Caroline's case also sparked wider discussions about mental health, the media, and the challenges faced by celebrities in the spotlight. From hosting scandals to international crime, this Love Island star's secret life involved one of the biggest drug busts in UK history. Magdalena Sadlow, who gained fame on Love Island Poland in 2024, became the subject of major headlines in the UK after her involvement in a huge drug smuggling case. Between March 2022 and May 2023, Sadlow was part of a network that transported large amounts of Class A drugs into the country. The criminal operation, known by police as Operation Matrix, was later described as one of the UK's biggest drug busts, worth an estimated £53 million.
Carrying 33 kilograms of cocaine. The drop went straight to a safe house in Atherton. From there, Kane Turner moved it out across the northwest.
Sadlow's role came to light when she landed at Heathrow Airport from Dubai. She was arrested immediately, and investigators linked her to a network moving large amounts of Class A drugs into the UK. In court, Sadlow admitted guilt, pleading to transporting drugs over 14 months, directly connecting her to the smuggling ring. Police said the group used multiple couriers and complex methods to avoid capture. The case shocked the public. Authorities stressed the seizure stopped harmful drugs from reaching communities. Sadlow's later reality TV fame made her involvement even more surprising and controversial. Her case shows the stark difference between the glamorous image of reality stars and the serious consequences of criminal activity. It also highlights the determination of UK authorities to dismantle large-scale drug networks. Magdalena Sadlow's guilty plea marked the end of her role in Operation Matrix, but her story remains tied to one of Britain's largest ever drug smuggling cases. And when you think you've heard it all, this recent Islanders concert night turned into a violent meltdown that had police fearing for their lives. Hannah Smith, who appeared on Love Island Season 6 in 2024, made headlines in late September 2024 after a dramatic arrest at a concert in Atlanta, Georgia. On September 30th, Hannah was taken into custody at the Coca-Cola Roxy, where she had been attending a Gracie Abrams performance.
Our favorite Love Island girls, Serena, Janae, and Leah, have all proceeded to unfollow their former co-star Hannah after the details of her arrest were made public. So Hannah from Love Island was recently arrested and now is facing 2 felony charges.
According to reports, Hannah was removed from the venue after yelling and screaming while intoxicated. Security escorted her outside, but the situation escalated when police and emergency services became involved. Witnesses said Hannah was combative and refused to calm down. She allegedly punched an EMS worker, attempted to punch and kick a police officer, and made repeated violent threats. During transport to jail, Hannah is said to have threatened to kill the arresting officer and the officer's sister multiple times. As a result, she was arrested on several charges: disorderly conduct, terroristic threats, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. These are considered serious offenses under Georgia law, especially the terroristic threat, which can carry harsh penalties if proven in court. Hannah's attorney later released a statement addressing the incident. The statement claimed Hannah had been heavily intoxicated and had no memory of her actions that night. Her legal team described the situation as out of character and said she was deeply embarrassed by what had happened. The arrest quickly spread across entertainment news outlets, drawing attention due to Hannah's recent rise in fame from Love Island. Fans expressed shock at the details, while others criticized her behavior. The case highlighted how quickly alcohol and poor decisions can spiral into serious legal consequences. For Hannah, the arrest marked a turning point, placing her reality TV career under intense public scrutiny just months after leaving the villa. Finally, the most serious case of all: a Love Island USA star now facing charges so severe they could put him away for decades. Cashel Barnett, who first appeared on Love Island USA Season 1 in 2019, faced very serious legal trouble in 2025. The former reality star was arrested in Utah and charged with multiple violent offenses, including aggravated sexual assault, aggravated assault, domestic violence in the presence of a child, and 2 counts of misdemeanor assault.
I'm Cashel, I'm 28, I'm from Sacramento, California, and I play the drums. I think a good way to sum me up is I'm a weirdo. A lot of people think that when they first meet me, or as they've known me for years.
The charges were connected to allegations made by a former girlfriend. According to reports, the accusations described violent incidents that took place over a period of time. Prosecutors stated that the seriousness of the claims, especially the mention of violence around a child, led to multiple felony and misdemeanor charges being filed. In June 2025, additional charges were brought forward, further complicating his legal situation. Barnett was booked into jail in Salt Lake City, where he remains in custody as the case continues through the courts. The allegations quickly made headlines due to Barnett's past as a contestant on Love Island USA. While he had built a following from the show, his arrest shocked many fans and cast members who remembered him from the villa.
In December, police say Cashel Barnett got in an argument with a partner who reportedly suggested he get a job to help pay for his daughter's needs. Well, the victim says Barnett forced himself on her, strangling her and then raping her.
Legal experts have noted that the charges he faces are extremely serious. Aggravated sexual assault and aggravated assault both carry potentially long prison sentences if he is convicted. As of now, Barnett has not made a public statement about the case. The situation remains ongoing, with court proceedings expected to determine the next steps. His arrest has placed his future in doubt and left his reality TV image overshadowed by criminal accusations. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more stories, and share with your friends so they can stay updated on Love Island's most shocking scandals.